Hey everyone, this is Rachel over at Moonlight Library. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a manga reading thing. I'm gonna start maybe 12 manga series, maybe 13, maybe less, depending on how many I read in whatever span of time I'm feeling like, maybe just today and tomorrow. And I'm just gonna tell you each one how I'm feeling, so it's like the first volume of each one. If you're new to this channel, be sure to subscribe. I'm a booktube content creator, so reading books, talking about them, but today we're doing manga. And I'm so excited. I haven't read much manga this year, but I do have a past in manga, especially as a teenager. So let's get the show on the road. Or look, I have a Naruto shirt on. I'm just going to tell you my past in manga real quick, I guess. I've read a good amount of manga since I was a kid. So when I was maybe like 15 or so, I think I was watching Adult Swim or Cartoon Network at night or something like that. And they were playing Naruto, and it was like the beginning ones, like the trials. And I was like, whoa, this is crazy. But they were only playing one a night or something. And I was like, oh my God, I need this all right now. So I just went and I found it online. I was like, oh, I can read it. Like, it's a manga. What? You know, this is back in 2006 or 2007. And I freaked out. I read all the way up until current back then. And so I've read all of Naruto and half of Shippuden, if that's how you say it. Anyways, other than that, I read like Fruits Baskets, Death Note, a lot of the typical ones. And more recently, I've been reading like Goodnight Pun Pun, but that's really all the manga I've been reading recently. Like, I really enjoy Orange. I love Junji Ito, like Uzumaki and stuff like that. So I think this might be fun to maybe figure out what I enjoy in manga, because I know I like kind of the school vibes, but I also like horror vibes and sometimes action vibes. So I also started Spy Family last year. So we're going to see how this goes. I'm going to have a little ranking system that I do that's just my personal ranking of how much I want to continue with the manga, I think. Not specifically whether I think it's good. It's more like whether or not I want to like keep reading it. And some of these might be spin-offs of other manga. So I don't actually know. Please tell me. I didn't really look it up. Went to the library and I picked up a ton of volumes. I'm sorry. Like, I apologized. I work at the library, so I apologized to all my staff members, and I was like, sorry I'm doing this. But they have like an entire wall, like so much manga. So I still feel bad. But so we have to do this fast so I can start returning them. Okay, so some of these might be spinoffs. I really hope they're not. We'll find out. I got a good variety, things that I've seen other people reading, especially people coming to the library, things that I've seen online, and things that I've just like, that's cute, or that looks scary, or I know that author. Let's think. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to walk you through each one, and then I'm going to read them. I'm not going to tell you what they're about because I don't know what they're about, but I'll tell you as I'm reading them. But I'm going to show you each one I have at least. I also have Blood on the Tracks on the way, so at the library. So if it comes in the next 2 days, it'll be in this. If it doesn't, then I don't know what to tell you. Maybe I'll do its own thing. Maybe I'll have some manga content a little bit. Who knows? Okay. So the first one, Assassination Classroom. This one I remember being really popular, like seeing a lot of people reading a number of years ago. We'll see. I don't have a place to set these once I'm done. The Flowers of Evil. Is this one by the same guy who wrote Blood on the Tracks, or the same person? And I keep hearing about Blood on the Tracks. Everyone is like, Blood on the Tracks, Blood on the Tracks. These books are so hot because they've been sitting in my car. It is. It's the same person who wrote Blood on the Tracks. Okay. That's what I thought. So I feel good about that one. The next one is Skullface Bookseller Honda-san. I don't know. It's like a bookseller that has a skull for a face. I mean, we all have skulls behind our faces, but still. My Little Monster looks cute, I guess. I wanted some cute ones. I don't know if I'm gonna like this one. This is Alice in the Country of Clover, Cheshire Cat Waltz. I'm starting to feel like this one is a spinoff. I don't think I'm gonna like this one. Food Wars. People love Food Wars. So here we go. I would have gotten Fairy Tales too, but it wasn't available. Honey Lemon Soda. This looks like a cutie. So Blue Box. Oh, this reminds me. I really wanted Blue Flag. Same person who did Orange, I think. But we didn't have the first one. So instead I got Blue Box. Even this has nothing to do with that. It was just in the same area. Are they gonna do sports? I think they're gonna do sports. This one looked cute. Doomsday with My Dog. Persona 5? Is this a spin-off from... I feel like there's a Persona 4. Okay, The Promised Neverland. This one I keep hearing about over on other people's channels, so I'm like, okay. And the last one is Secret. I think that's just what it's Secret 1. Is it Secret the first one, or is Secret 1 the name of it? I couldn't tell you. So partially why I'm doing this too is because I just finished Fourth Wing and I'm feeling a book burnout because it was so good. I really loved it. And so I'm like, I need something else to kind of like get me reinvigorated back into the scene. So I'll be back with you to let you know how I'm feeling about them as I go. And that's about it. Yeah. I'm not doing B-roll in this one. Not doing B-roll. You won't see me doing B-roll. Okay, so wrong way. I was like, here's the back. I just finished Secret, and this is not it for me. This was maybe a 1-star for me. I'm still debating whether I want to put all of these on my Goodreads. I'm going to. I have to. But no. So this one is, it kind of reminds me of what I assume, what is that new book called? Survivor? The Last Survivor by Megan Miranda. It kind of feels like what that's going to be like. Okay, so it's a school trip that these kids are going on. They're high schoolers, and like that's the backstories. They went on this bus trip. The bus crashes. A lot of people die, but then in what the present is, someone is like, I know that 3 of those people on that bus that survived are murderers. Like, they took advantage of the situation. They were killing people. This was confusing. It was not intriguing. I was mainly just like, what is going on? And really, that's all I got is confusion and not caring about what's happening. Let's get away from thrillers for a second, because that was not it. I am going to put this on the bottom of my leaderboard. It is not it. I'm going to have 12 spaces for now on the leaderboard because I don't know exactly how many I'm going to end up reading, but this is going to be number 12 right now. There must be something worse than that, but that was not it for me. I'm going to switch it up. We're going to read Blue Box now. This seems kind of cute, maybe. Maybe I need a cutie and sports. So I'll get back to you and tell you how I feel about this one. Tell you whether I'll continue on, because Secret is not going to be continued on. Also, I'm going to be returning these books after I finish them. So at the end of this, I'm not going to be holding any books up. I'm just going to tell you. Maybe I'll keep the ones that I'm like, this is really good. So I can be like, these are it. Anyways, let's get back to it. Okay, finished Blue Box. Don't understand the term. Maybe it has to do with badminton. Maybe a manga about sports and love was not the thing for me. And maybe they're too young for me to be at all interested. I read YA and stuff sometimes, but this wasn't it either. And it's not that I didn't like it. It's just I didn't really care. It was a little too dramatic. but not dramatic at the same time. It's about this boy. He's in his 3rd year of junior high. This girl in the 1st year of high school. She loves basketball. He loves badminton. And her family's moving away, but it turns out that their mothers know each other, and she's going to stay and not move across the sea with her family. And she ends up living in his house. And it was just a lot of sports and not, I don't know, just like, there was nothing there for me. I give it a 2-star. And I am definitely not moving on with that series. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either for me. I'm going to put it at number 9 on the leaderboard because I have bad feelings right now about anything I pick up. This is not going well. Let's try a classic, something everyone seems to love. Food Wars. Switch it up. A little more action-y. I think they make food in competition or something. I'll come back and let you know. Probably not going to read this tonight. It's getting late. And I will most likely check in with you tomorrow about how I'm feeling about this one, and then see how many I actually finish tomorrow, because I have no plans other than minor plans. And, of course, work. So, after work. So we'll see about Food Wars. Okay, I look wild and crazy, but it's fine. I'm going to bed soon. And I just finished Food Wars. This one, I feel like it's going to take slot number 4. I really enjoyed it. I could see myself keep reading this. It is about this boy who wants to be a professional chef, and he is like the best at what he does, and he's entering this very elite chef school, culinary institute, and it's funny, it's ridiculous in the right way. So yeah, number 4, I actually really enjoyed Food Wars, and I would continue on. So that's where it is right now. It could change depending, because I feel like there's going to be things that I like a little more, but we shall see. Okay, so the next one is Water Damage, but it is Blood on the Tracks. I got it through interlibrary loan. I'm very excited. It's from Miami-Dade Public Library. Thank you, Miami-Dade, for giving me this book to my library for me to read. And I feel like it's gonna go pretty well. So I'll get back to you once I finish it and put it on the leaderboard. Okay, so I read Blood on the Tracks, and honestly, it's number 1. It's number 1. It's very Bates Motel. The mother is creepy as can be. She is a little too obsessed and fond of her child, her little boy. He's not a baby. He's like maybe 12 or 13, and oh my God, some stuff happens. You're like horrified. You're horrified. It is so freaky. And I cannot wait to read the rest of these. I have 2 and 3, but I really can't read them right away because I need to actually read all the other manga I have sitting around. But this is like 100% number 1. Like, it's not going to move. It is unshatterable. It is unchangeable. It is the best book I've read. The best manga I've read in a while, because I love some creepy stuff. I also love some cutie stuff, so who knows? Next, we're going to read My Little Monster, Volume 1, and I will get back to you to let you know how I'm feeling about it and whether I'm going to move on in the series. So, okay, it's going to be a tough, no one's going to beat Blood on the Tracks. Seriously. Hello. Okay, so I love how, oh my God, I told you I was gonna finish this vlog. I told you I was gonna finish this vlog in like a day or 2. That's a lie. It's been a week. Which one did I read? I read My Little Monster. Can you see it? I'm sleepy right now. It's the middle of the day. It's a Sunday. Anyways, I read My Little Monster, and it was cute. It was cute. I gave it a 3. It's this girl, Shizuki, and this guy, Haru, and they're freshmen in high school, and Haru hasn't been, like, he got suspended the first day for getting in a fight with upperclassmen, and she, like, convinces him to come back to school even though she doesn't know who he is. They just, like, sit next to each other, or they were supposed to, and then they, like, I don't know, it's kind of like, do they like each other? And also Haru's, like, confused about how to be a person, basically. Yeah, he does all sorts of weird, strange things. I've definitely dated someone exactly like this. Anywho, it was okay. It wasn't, like, the best thing ever, and then some of the things I was just kind of, like, not totally into. It felt like there were 4 sections, and it felt like each of them were almost, like, mini-sodes that, like, they are together, but at the same time they aren't, like, truly together. Kind of like a sitcom. Next up, I'm going to read Skull Face Bookseller Honda-san. Can you see it? Can you see it? Maybe. Yeah, so that's the plan. Don't know what this one's about. I'm gonna open this up and let you all know I reserve the right to DNF. I'm reserving the right to DNF. Okay, I can't take a nap though because my friend's coming over soon. Okay, bye-bye. Bye. Back again. Okay, so far, how many do we have? How many have we read so far? I think it's 5. This is like an intermission in the fact that I am switching some things. So we've read 5 so far. So we have 7 more to read. If I'm actually going to read 12, still reserve the right to DNF, but I'm like early DNFing Skull-Faced Bookseller Honda-san. I don't know. I read a little bit and I was like, I'm just like not really feeling this right now. It's not like I will forever not feel it, but there was just too much going on and my brain was like, I'm not enjoying this. This is a little too like kitschy. I don't know. Does that make sense? Anyways, so I got 2 new ones. And then we're going to figure out which of, oh my god, so I have 9 here now, excluding Skullface. So I have to pick 7 to read, or I'll read 7 of them by the end. But the new ones that I could potentially read are Cinderella Closet. I don't know, it looks cute. Maybe I'll want to read that. Dawn of the Arcana. It just depends on what's in the library. Like, I really was still looking for Blue Flag. And there were a couple other ones that I was like, dang, like I totally would have read the first one if they had the first one in, but they don't. So we're just playing it by ear here. What am I going to read now? I want to read one that I actually want to read right now. And I think that's going to be The Promised Neverland because I am actually really excited for this. And I'm going to try to read most of these today. That seems big, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh my god. We will see whether I actually do it. I keep hearing people talking about The Promised Neverland, and I feel like this might be a good one. Oh my god, 4.44 on Goodreads. Let's do it. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to tell you how I feel and put it on my currently reading, even though, what if I DNF? I don't know. But from now on, when I DNF, it's going to count. Unless it's like, I guess if I DNF right away, maybe it's going to count. It's going to count. Because the other one, I was like, I'm not in the mood for this right now. So it's a little too, like, silly. And I don't want silly. Cute, yes. Action, yes. Scary, yes. Silly? No. Funny silly? No. So some of these might be kind of funny silly, but I don't know. I don't think so. We'll see. Be back later. I'm back. Okay, so I finished The Promised Neverland, and okay, I feel good now. I feel much better now. I actually enjoyed this one. I am definitely going to put it at number 2 because I'm like, I will definitely keep reading this one. Let me write it in. Neverland. Boop. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Why do I keep saying that? Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, I should tell you what this is about. Rachel. You never told you. This one, okay, so it's these children who are orphans, and they are at this orphanage where by the time they're 12, they will be adopted out, or before, but not before they're 6. And there's something weird going on. 2 of them, they're not really allowed to leave the premises of this orphanage. There's a house there. It's completely fenced in. There's forest inside of the fence. The house is in the center, and there's like a lot of field around it. And at the north, I believe, there's a gate with like a gatehouse around it. And one night, so one of the children is being adopted out, a little 6-year-old. And one night, the 2 older ones, 3 of them are 11 years old. They have to take a test every day. Everyone does. And the 3 11-year-olds are like super smart. And 2 of them end up going out and following, I guess because the little one that's getting adopted out forgot her little bunny or something, bear or bunny. I think it's a bunny, stuffed animal. And they go to bring it to her, but like they know they really shouldn't be doing that. And they go out to the gate and they see something that shakes their world. Changes their world. This is like probably 25% in when they first see this, and it changes everything. Next up, we're reading Dawn of the Arcana. Oh my, you can see this cluttered mess of all my manga. Okay, so this is number 7 it's first in this series, but it's number 7 that I'm reading. And we'll see what I think and what it's about and whether I will continue, because so far we only have 2. I definitely want to continue Blood on the Tracks and Promised Neverland, but we're not looking so hot. Yeah, 2 out of 6. Not great. I'm feeling not great. Feeling not great about it. At this point, give me some suggestions as to manga that you like, because I would like to know. I was just picking up the ones that had volume 1 at the library, are not complete no's. Yeah, that's it for now. Okay, bye. Hello. I just finished Dawn of the Arcana. And this one, we have, it's like a fantasy. We have a society that it's like an island. There's 2 halves of the island, like 2 countries on the island. They're warring against each other, and every so odd years, they'll like marry off one of the princesses to the other country to like create stability. And all the royalty have black hair, and all the peasants have brown or blonde or red hair. And our main character is a princess who gets married off, and she has red hair. Oh my god. But there are also these things called the Ajin or something. They're people with like animal-like features. So the one that's in this, her servant or something that she cares about a lot, he has dog ears. And it was easy to read. It was a fast read. But I don't know. It wasn't like that interesting. I didn't care all that much. I was like, okay, like I understand what's going on at least. God, there's that one where I was like, what is even happening? Yeah, let's address an elephant in the room. I don't know if you see the elephant, but I do. I don't know if from one volume I'll be able... I guess that is the thing. It's like, one volume should open you up to what the story is. Not get you completely immersed, but at least get you to the point where you know what you're reading and whether or not you want to move on, right? That's how I feel, at least. So, anyways, that was the 7th one. We're going to put it in... Let me look at my little list. We're going to put it in 7th place under My Little Monster because I like My Little Monster more, but both of them are kind of 3-star books. Like, neither of them am I really going to follow up on, most likely. So that's where we are right now. Obviously, some of these could move positions if like something comes in and takes their seat. We'll see. Let's switch. I really want to read The Flowers of Evil. I've checked this out like 400 times from the library, and I've always been meaning to read it. So The Flowers of Evil is it. This is the same person who wrote Blood on the Tracks, so I feel good about this one. I feel really good about this one because I want to be reading the ones that I think I actually would follow up on, because like something like Alice in the Country of Clover, that I don't think I'm going to read that. That's probably a definite now. It feels like a definite now. Like I don't think that's happening for me, and that's okay. That is okay. So let's move on to one that I feel like I'm actually going to like, because we need the momentum. We need the momentum. Let's go. Back again. And I finished The Flowers of Evil. It's still daylight out. That's crazy. Okay, so Flowers of Evil, we're following Kasuga. And Kasuga is I guess he must be in early high school, I'm assuming. And he ends up, or maybe late junior high, I'm not sure. He's really into eclectic books. He loves Baudelaire. He is reading The Flowers of Evil. And there's a girl that he has a crush on. He leaves his book at school and he goes back, and then he finds that girl, like the girl's gym clothes, and he steals them. And there's this creepy girl, this girl, what is her name? Nakamura. Anyways, Nakamura sees him steal the gym clothes, confronts him and is like, you're a pervert and I'm going to blackmail you. And so she is creepy and she starts blackmailing him. She is a crazy person, and he's having to deal with being blackmailed while also liking this girl. And it is unsettling. It's unsettling. It makes sense that this person wrote Blood on the Tracks as well. Yes. But what I find really cool about this book is the author has notes. So Shuzo Oshimi has notes in between the issues saying like kind of like what inspired certain people, the fact that he used to read Baudelaire as a kid and that it made him feel special. And then there's this one for chapter 6 that I was like, I wasn't sure how I felt about the book because it was making me feel uncomfortable. But then he writes, what's a pervert really? The idea of pervert has the aspect of shoving things you don't understand in a box so we can feel better about ourselves. But the truth is that more or less every human has some perversion hidden away in their hearts. I'd be perfectly happy to have people read this manga and just say, ew, what a pervert. But if anybody stops even a moment to wonder, what does perversion mean to me? Then I'm really glad to have created this work. And I don't know. I just think that's so interesting that it's not just him trying to creep people out, but a bigger picture. What's in the minds of people? Like, why do people function like this? Why would he steal those clothes? Why do we do the things that we do? Why do we keep the secrets that we keep? And I think it's really good. Anyways, let's look at my manga list. I think I'm going to put it at number 3 because I did enjoy The Promised Neverland more, maybe? Actually, I think it's going number 2. Sorry, Promised Neverland, you're being moved down. Okay, so the Flowers of Evil take spot number 2. Which is kind of crazy. I just think that, I don't know, I feel like it was that author's note that really pulled me to the rating I ended up at, like seeing it from his mind, why he's creating this. And just him talking about his own childhood in those in-between sections. I'm like, I'm so interested. I think you're so interesting, Anyways, okay, so Flowers of Evil, done. What do we read next? Something cute? Yeah, maybe we get the perversion off our backs and we move on to, let's do Cinderella Closet. This feels like I'm either gonna love it or hate it so much. Like, I might think it's super cute, or I might be like, this just needs to end. Like, we'll see. And if I DNF it, I DNF it. It's good either way. This one took me forever. Okay, so Cinderella Closet, and this one is about, I don't know the main character's name, Haruka, who is in love with someone she works with named Karutaki, and she is 19. She's gone to Tokyo for school, for college, and she meets Hikaru. And Hikaru is beautiful, is like so good at makeup and so good at dressing beautifully and whatever. Whereas our main person, Haraku, is very plain and, like they say, plain Jane. She talks Hikaru into dressing her up and helping her with fashion and stuff. But so it turns out that Hikaru is trans, but it is dealt with very strangely. It's almost a joke at first, like a little surprise, and you're like, what? And then the reaction of Hikaru is like, okay, maybe it's like culturally, like that's a lot different in Japan. And then by the end, I don't know, it was really weird. I don't know, it's like trying to be accepting and inclusive, but at the same time using weird terminology and like acting strange about everything. So I'm like, I left a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth, and I do not think I will be moving forward in that series because I'm like, I don't know, that was a little strange. Maybe it's different in Japan. I don't know. Kind of wondering what people said on Goodreads about this book. It has a pretty high rating. Everyone's like, so cute, the cutest thing ever. It's so cute. It's the cutie. It's a cute. And I'm like, was it a cute? I don't know. Also, it put too much emphasis on appearance and how people looked and stuff. There are only 2 1-star reviews. Give me something. Someone's like, makeover manga can be problematic. And I'm like, yeah, I totally feel that. I feel like this was kind of problematic in the sense of it's like, if you're cute, then boys will like you. If you're not cute, then you can stay in the cellar, you ugly, ugly person. And I didn't feel good about that. Fluctuated between liking this and being pissed off. Yeah, I get that. Okay, so I'm like, I don't even know what to rate this book. Do I just say I read it? Maybe we'll just leave it at I read this book. I'm finished. No rating. Nothing for that. I will not be moving on in that series. I wouldn't say it. I'd say it's more like number 11, not number 12, because Secret, it just didn't make any sense. I didn't know what was going on. Okay, so we have 3 slots left. And you know what? I don't even know if I'm going to finish 3 books. Because I want to finish reading tonight. And it's already like 9:30. So I need to go to bed soon. We're going to let's switch it up and do Assassination Classroom. I don't know. I've been seeing this around a lot. I should have DNF'd that other book. I was like halfway through and feeling real weird. And I was like, maybe I should be DNFing this. And then I did not DNF it. And I really questioned my decisions. So Assassination Classroom, we'll see how that goes. Okay, I'm sorry, everyone. I got like 10 pages in and I didn't want to read it. It was too silly and like action but silly, and I wasn't feeling it. Okay, you know what? I'm so sorry. My people, I'm so sorry. But we're going to end with 9. Actually, I'm going to count it. I read a couple pages. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of my list. I'm gonna put it at number 10. It's just not for me. It didn't offend me. Just not for me. In the end, what does it look like? We read 10, technically. Not quite technically. Okay, we read 10, and there are 3 I will definitely keep picking up, I believe, and that's Blood on the Tracks, The Flowers of Evil, and Promise Neverland. Yes, 2 of them are by the same author. The ones that I could see myself picking up are Food Wars and My Little Monster. Those are possibilities if I feel like it. And the ones I will not are Dawn of the Arcana, Blue Box, Assassination Classroom, and Cinderella Closet and Secret. So that's it. That is the entirety. How do I feel right now? I feel like I don't want to read much manga right now. I read a lot of manga just now. And I think it's partially because I just kept starting series, and it's not like I went all the way through a series like I would usually do if I were reading manga. I mean, I want to read Blood on the Tracks, and I have 2 more volumes of that. So I'll probably end up reading those this week before I leave for out of town. So that's pretty exciting. And that's about it. Manga, I love it. What do I like in manga? Let's talk about that. I like horror manga. Love Junji Ito. I already said that before. But I love horror manga. I love it to be a little weird, a little creepy. With something like Promise Neverland, I think once again it's like weird, kind of creepy. I can't say what it seems like to me, but it has a creepy vibe too. I do like slice of life manga most of the time, but I don't think I picked up any slice of life manga that I particularly wanted to continue in. So that kind of sucks. But action manga is okay. Like, I probably would have been happy if I could have gotten my hands on Chainsaw Man. I want to read that. Or I wouldn't mind to have if I had gotten to read One Punch Man or something like that. I would have liked to start those series and see how I feel about them. But this is what we had to work with. These are my feelings. And this is the end of this manga reading series. But it's not a series, it's just one vlog. Will I do this again? No. Maybe. I don't know. I could. I could read more manga and maybe like just read one series or something like that. This almost felt like a tried chapter. I don't know. Okay. Recommend some manga down below that you like. Recommend some things that you enjoyed. Put a speech bubble emoji if you got to the end of this. And thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. Good evening to me. Good whatever to you. Bye.